The skeletal system. The structure of house is similar with the human body. Have you observed how houses are built? It's not just woods, concrete, bricks, and stones put together. Man put frames like steel and concrete to make it stronger. The steel and concrete act as support and framework to make the house or buildings stand and stay firm. The framework in houses is similar with the skeletal system. The skeletal system. It provides the structural framework for the body and protects internal organs such as heart, lungs, brains, and many more. Here are some other materials based on its framework. Now here are the functions of the skeleton. Observe the structure of the skeletal system. It gives the body much needed support. It also gives shape in the body. It also protects the internal organs in the body. It makes body movement possible through the muscles attached to them. It stores important minerals like calcium. And it is where millions of blood cells are produced. Now, let's see the structure of the skeletal system. The human skeleton consists of two divisions, the axial and the appendicular skeleton. The axial skeleton includes the skull, the vertebral column, the ribs, and the sternum. The appendicular skeleton includes the bones of the shoulders, arms, hands, hips, legs, and feet. Now let's name the bones in our body. For the axial skeleton, here are the skull, mandible, sternum, ribs or rib cage, vertebral column, and sacrum. For appendicular skeleton, this is the clavicle, scapula, humerus, ulna, radius, carpals, metacarpals, phalanges, coxa, femur, patella, tibia, fibula, tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges on the feet. Try to feel your bones in your head, fingers, arms, thighs, and face. They are not the same. Bones are actually classified as long, short, flat, and irregular in shape. Long bones are found in the limbs like your arms and legs. Short bones are found in the wrist and ankles. Well, flat bones are usually found in the shoulder blades and skull. Irregular bones are found in your face and vertebrae. When you were a baby, your bones are slightly softer and more flexible because they consist mostly of cartilage. Cartilage is a smooth, elastic bone like tissue found in the ear, nose, and joints. As you grow up, bone cells replace your cartilages. Some cartilage fuse or join together to form a new bone. An infant has 350 bones. A child has 208 bones, while a normal adult has 206 bones. An infant has more number of bones because, like I said, as a child grows up, some bones or cartilages join together and counted as one. Now, let's know more about the bones in our body. This is the skull. It is the bone in your head. It consists of cranium and facial bone. The cranium is made of 8 bones joined together to form a rigid case that protects the brain. Look at the 2 eye sockets in front of the skull. The eye socket protects the eyeballs, while this mandible or jawbone protects the teeth. Let's go to the spinal column and ribs. The bones at your back from the neck going down to the middle part of the hip bone is called backbone or spinal column. The spinal column protects a very delicate organ called spinal cord. Backbone are made up of irregular bones called vertebrae. Vertebrae are arranged on top of the other and move over each other slightly. There are 33 vertebrae in a spinal column of a child. As the child grows up, the last 7 bones join together and form just 2 bones. So, the number of vertebrae of an adult become 26. Let's go to the ribs. These are the bones at the side of your chest. The ribs protect the lungs and the heart. There are 12 pairs of ribs. The upper 7 pairs are called true ribs because they are connected to the breastbone or sternum. The lower 5 pairs are called false ribs. Of these 5 pairs, the upper 3 pairs are connected to the breastbone, while the last 2 pairs are not. These ribs are called floating ribs. Now let's identify the other bones found in the surface or close to the ribs. Shoulder has the collarbone and shoulder bone. The clavicle is the collarbone found in front of the shoulder, while the scapula is the shoulder bone found in the back of the shoulder. Now let's talk about appendage. This is the pelvic bone. It supports the lower part of the body and helps the movement of the legs. The upper arm has one long bone. It is called humerus. The lower arm has 2 bones known as the radius and ulna. Each wrist or carpals has 8 bones. The palm or metacarpals has 5 bones. And the fingers or phalanges have 14 bones. Take a look at these. The legs are made up of long bones. The upper leg bone is called femur. Femur is the longest bone in the body. The lower leg has 2 bones called tibia and fibula. The knee bone is the patella. There are 7 ankle bones, 5 foot bones, and 14 toe bones. Ankle bones are called tarsals, while foot bones are metatarsals, and the toe bones are called phalanges. Now let's go deep about the structure of bones. Do you know what's inside your bones? Get some bone from the different part of cooked chicken. Break the bones and observe the inner parts. Bones are made up of thousands of collagen fibers embedded in the mineral salt of calcium and phosphorus. These minerals make the bones hard and strong. The outer layer of the bone is made up of compact bone. A compact bone provides strength and protection. The inner layer of the bone is called spongy bone. Spongy bones contains a jelly-like yellowish substance called bone marrow. The bone marrow is very important because it manufactures the blood cells in the body. There are 2 types of bone marrow, the red bone marrow and the yellow bone marrow. The red bone marrow is found in the humerus, femur, pelvis, and vertebrae. The yellow bone marrow is found in many other bones. Next part of the bone is joint. Each time you move your body in different directions. You twist, bend, reach, and grip. You can move your body parts because of the joints. A joint is formed where 2 bones meet. Each joint is designed for a specific movement. Here are the kinds of joints. Number 1. Ball and socket. It allows movement in all directions. The joint in the shoulder and the hips are ball and socket. It allows a person to swing his arms and legs. Number 2. Hinge joint. It allows movement in one direction only. The elbow and knee joint are hinge joints. It allows back and forth movement. Number 3. Gliding joint. It allows side to side and back and forth movement. Examples are joints in the wrist, ankles, and vertebrae. Number 4. Pivot joint. The pivot joint allows rotation movement. The joint where the radius and the ulna meet is a pivot joint. This allows a person to twist the lower arm. Number 5. Immovable joint. The immovable joint do not allow movement. It only connects the bone from one another. Sutures in the skull are immovable joint. Now you know that skeletal system is very important. That is why you have to take care of your bones. Healthful habits should be practiced to keep the skeletal system healthy. You have to do regular exercises. This is very good for the bones. It makes the bones strong. You can do different activities such as dancing, aerobics, jumping, hiking, jogging, climbing, and many more. These activities help to maintain the strong bones. When playing a game like riding a bicycle, playing skateboard, and rollerblades, you have to wear proper equipment such as helmet and knee and elbow protection. It is important for injury prevention. To keep the strong bones, you have to eat food rich in calcium, vitamin D, and phosphorus. Now that you know all this, go ahead and take care of your bones. Keep them strong and healthy.